Well, hello everybody and welcome to a brand new video, and this is going to be my review of The Fabelmans. So The Fabelmans is the latest movie from director Steven Spielberg, and it's essentially an autobiographical film about his life, his his childhood, his teenage years, when his love for cinema started, how he got into filmmaking, but most importantly it's about his family, and we'll see his parents and his relationship with them and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much the film. I'm just going to start by saying the fact that this is a truly remarkable time to be in. We are in 2022 and we're still getting movies from the guy who did Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, Saving Private Ryan, Jaws, E.T., like so many classic movies in this day and age of full of like blockbusters and CGI festivals and stuff like that. We still have Steven Spielberg movies, and I couldn't be more grateful. Steven Spielberg just has that magic of showing you what films were made for, and I couldn't be any more happier. I mean, this guy made the movies from my childhood, and he's still making movies, and I really appreciate that. So what did I think of The Fabelmans? Well, I think it's a pretty good movie. I actually really enjoyed it. It's a fine addition in the long list of Steven Spielberg movies. I guess part of me, like, going into this film, I kind of expected to be a very emotional movie because it seemed like the story was very personal to Steven Spielberg. By the end of the film, it was okay. There were some emotional bits here and there, but there are definitely some moments that also genuinely made me smile. Like all the scenes when Steven Spielberg is like making movies, like with his friends and stuff, like all the like the little special effects he would come up with to make these movies. Like it was funny, and it actually made me smile, and it kind of reminded me of my time when I was a child and making short films with my friends. And of course, with Steven Spielberg, you're gonna get an old school style of storytelling, and that's very much what you get here in this movie. Just the type of shots, the music by John Williams. Once again, John Williams is a legend. The production design, like just everything about this movie, just like, sure, it's set in the 1950s, 60s and stuff, but the way it's made feels like how cinema was made back in like the 70s or the 80s or the 90s. Like this feels like very old-fashioned filmmaking, and that's what I really appreciate about this movie. Like, we're in 2022 in the age of like, I don't know, fucking TikTok and all that stupid shit. But for once, I can sit in a theater for 2 hours and a half and forget about like modern or anything modern or reality. I can truly sit down for 2 hours and a half and be like, yes, this is a movie that was like, this transports me back to the past. Like truly. And that is the magic of Steven Spielberg. Some of the best parts in this movie is definitely the performances by Paul Dano and Michelle Williams. What's wrong with me today? Anyway, Paul Dano and Michelle Williams are absolutely terrific in this movie. It's insane. They both deserve Oscar nominations for these roles. Basically, the main character is Sam Fabelman, and he's played by Gabriel Labelle, and he's good with what he's given. He doesn't really have a moment to really shine but he's good with what he's given throughout this entire movie. And I gotta say, like, for both actors, like Gabriel Labelle and the younger version of Sam Fabelman, they look almost identical to young Steven Spielberg. It's uncanny. Oh, and there was also this one scene with one of the daughters, and she was giving a great performance as well. Like, there's this one scene with her in it during a family gathering about something, and she just, wow, she surprised me. That little girl surprised me. My only complaints with the film really would be certain storylines could have easily been taken out of this movie, and if you took those out, then it wouldn't really change the movie that much. For example, there is a plot with one of Sam Fabelman's love interests in like one of the high schools he goes to, and if you watch the movie, then you know what I'm talking about. But that subplot was kind of I also feel like we didn't get enough time with the kid version of Sam Fabelman. Why do I keep doing this for a kid? Anyway, we didn't get enough like screen time with the child version of Sam Fabelman. I feel like he was there a bit at the beginning, and then It kind of like the movie goes into a time jump and fast forwards to his teenage years, and it felt a bit abrupt. I feel like, yeah, that part was a bit abrupt for me. Like it just there was no like development leading up to that. It was just kind of like just happened in the first 30 minutes or something. And I wouldn't really call this movie anticlimactic in a way, but I kind of just wish that the film would have led to a more emotionally satisfying ending. And instead, the movie kind of ends when there's kind of like more story to tell. Like it kind of leaves it open for more things to say, but it just kind of ends there in a way. Not that I wasn't satisfied or anything, but it just kind of like was a bit like, okay, the movie's over. It's fine. Okay, let me go get out of here. Overall, The Fabelmans is a fine addition in the long list of Steven Spielberg films. If you're a cinephile, if you're a fan of old school filmmaking, definitely check The Fabelmans out. It is definitely worth it. And with that, I'm going to give The Fabelmans an 8 out of 10. So what did you think of The Fabelmans? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next time.